Heather just called me an attention-seeking weirdo.
Why she gotta be hurtful like that?
I'm aggressive. I'm not passive aggressive. If I think it, you'll know. I mean, you guys know me, but you guys don't know me. I'm a huge smart ass.
You're a fucking grown man.
Well, you'd think that.
Like
No,
that.
no.
Oh, Keith, you
Yes, she
mother.
did. Yes, she
Hold
did.
on,
You
hold on.
Yes,
son
she
of a
fucking
bitch.
did.
I thought we were done with the lesbian discussion.
Keith likes some women like he likes his football jerseys. 4X.
If I had a band name, it might be called Significance Firm.
Like big girl porn is all interracial. And now, don't get me wrong, that's a good stereotype. Keith, you are an enigma inside of riddle, inside an STD, right?
Welcome to the Stories, Sports, and Sarcasm podcast. I'm Keith. I've got my friends Bert and Don from Donversations.
Woo.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, this has been a very trying time for us as unfortunately in recent times
your time
we lost Jim
for a second chance.
I can't find him anymore.
For
so-
a break that would make
so-
it okay. There's always been some
Jim has gone
reason
to another
to
place.
feel not good
Um,
enough.
He's
and
not
it's
he's not
hard to
with us
make it
anymore.
End of
Bert.
the day. Yes.
Can you at least sing a little bit lower?
In the arms of the angel.
No, it's like that episode of The
away.
Office when Michael hits Meredith with the car and he comes in. They've done all they could do, but she's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Or the other episode where Dwight's going to stay in Florida, and I have terrible news. Dwight's no longer with us. He's had a stroke of good luck.
Oh, the writing was just brilliant. So fast, so quick.
So
Yeah,
I believe,
Jim.
So I believe Dawn is going to come on as a semi-permanent replacement for Jim,
As long as she'll have us.
as long as she'll have us.
Oh, I was thinking as long as I can stay in line, otherwise I just get the boot.
So
You're
but
out.
we have Jim from the other side. Jim saying hello from the other side.
Let's ask Jim a question. Jim, are you enjoying the other side?
Shut up, Keith. Wait, what? I didn't know they had.
They
Hold on.
personalize those now.
My sources say no. Sorry, Jim's
Oh.
not enjoying the other side.
Okay.
So we're channeling Jim into the magic 8-ball, right? So
Yes, as
So let's
opposed to an Ouija board. I didn't like that idea.
So let's start off like we always start off.
Yep.
What are you drinking?
I'll go. So by the way, I've been celebrating dry January since November 15th. Coincidentally, I've lost about 20 pounds.
I was going to say you
Shocking.
look thinner. I thought
well,
you did.
I am working out too, but tonight I'm drinking Guinness Zero, non-alcoholic.
Guinness is gross.
Oh, this is actually pretty good.
Well, are you Irish?
Why? I mean, I do just
Because
because
Irish people like it.
just because I have the complexion of an iPhone Lite doesn't make me Irish.
Do you wear sunscreen at night?
Sometimes. Those moonburns
Oh.
suck.
Guinness is actually yuck.
So I am also on dry January. Thank you for noticing.
I was going to ask you. No, I wasn't.
No. I've been on dry January since December the 18th, and I have gained 3 pounds.
Oh,
You might be doing it wrong.
Yeah, I am on Blue Moon non-alcoholic tonight.
I didn't realize there were so many. I just knew O'Doul's. So I am for sure out of the loop. I didn't know that there were so many non-alcoholic. Oh, but you're still gonna drink out of that.
Still gonna piss bong.
If
I'm
the
gonna
only
piss bong
thing,
an actual monster instead of an alcoholic monster. So
if the only thing that was non-alcoholic to drink was O'Doul's, I would just go back to regular alcohol at this point.
Yeah, it tastes
O'Doul's,
like mushrooms.
yeah.
And
Well,
I like mushrooms, but I don't want mushroom beer.
so I went to lunch today with the pastor, and I said, "Do they have any non-alcoholic beers?" And she said, "We've got Bush NA and O'Doul's." And I said, "I'll just have water."
I'll just drink my own spit. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Yeah, I'm just having water, tap water right out of the tap.
Cheers.
That's the way to go.
Well, ours is we got a notification in the mail that ours isn't safe to drink. So this is me
Down
living
the
on the
hatch.
wild side.
I thought you lived in Omaha, Nebraska, not
No,
Flint, Michigan.
Michigan.
Flint,
Yeah.
Michigan. Okay.
We moved to Flint. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
No, we're on the outskirts. We moved to a smaller town right outside of Omaha.
There's
but
smaller
just saying,
towns in Omaha.
Yeah. Hey, we've got a great zoo. But yeah, no, so they it's a small town, like a farmer kind of town, like everything smells like cattle here. But
That tracks.
Sounds like Keith's dating life in the 20s.
But I have been on the sober train since September 24th.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I gave up drinking. Now, when you guys, I know you're going to the gym, Bert, but when you guys quit it, were you eating a lot of sugar?
At first, like the first couple of days, like it wasn't just sugar, but it was just bad stuff. Like I would go to Aldi's and I would get their biggest bag of corn chips, and then I would get their cheese sauce. I would microwave the cheese sauce and I'd eat the whole like 12-ounce container
Yeah.
plus all the chips. It was
Yeah.
bad.
I think it's because I was drinking wine mostly, because I quit wine. I think at one of the podcast episodes, I had quit wine. Well, I decided, to get back into it. But the wine, I guess it's something about, well, maybe it's just alcohol. It converts to sugar in your body, or somehow you end up craving sugar when you quit alcohol because of the way that your body metabolizes it or something.
That
So then I
makes
was like
sense.
eating tons of sugar, and I never eat sugar. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah,
But
good.
well, for men, it seems like it's easier once they quit. The weight just drops off. That does not happen for girls. It's
Yeah.
jacked up.
Yeah, I know. My wife has been she fasts on Tuesdays and Thursdays. She does a vegan fast on those days. And it's been a year and a half and she's lost 25 pounds. And I stopped drinking for like 12 days and I dropped 20 pounds.
Yeah, that's jacked up.
She's like,
Mad.
it pisses her off. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. Good for her though. That's a lot of weight for a woman to lose.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Parks and Rec?
Yes.
Okay, so when I go to the gym, I become Chris Traeger, right? I come running in the house. I'm like, I just ran a 7-minute mile. You want to come out and run with me? Let's go do this. And she's just like, yeah, she just locks herself in her bedroom and cries.
Well, I can't think of
Nice.
any way that I can lose weight. Like, it's too cold to go outside. I can't think of anything that I could do in the house to lose any weight.
Yeah. You might want to move some stuff off that coat rack you have behind you. And
well, yeah, like what's your vice? Do you like sweets? Do you like McDonald's?
Whiskey.
So drinking.
So, but no, I don't eat breakfast.
I
So,
usually
like,
don't either.
I get up in the morning and I don't eat breakfast, and that kind of kills me. But Audrey, our daughter, she got her driver's license. So now she goes for ice cream like every other night, and she brings some home. But it was funny when she went for her driver's license initially. The only thing that she passed was the vehicle inspection.
Poor Audrey.
She missed
Aw.
38 points on
Oh.
maneuverability. So like
Out of 40?
yes. Well, you can miss 26 and still pass. She missed 38, and they're like, "Yeah, you probably ought to circle around." Because what she would do is she would back up and she would be like, "Oh, I think I'm going to hit that cone," and she'd stop, so they'd take a point away from her, and then she'd just roll back and go ahead and hit the cone.
I would criticize Audrey for that, but I failed the maneuverability in your yard, so I hit a giant rock in his yard.
In fact, I heard a rumor that you hit a giant rock today in the middle of a parking lot.
That was last night. It was dark. So last night I was I've been working out with my nephew, and I was dropping him off, and I went through the TJ Maxx parking lot, and somebody left a giant landscaping stone, and I ran over it. My car runs kind of low, so one of my running boards has got a fist-sized hole in it.
Oh.
I ordered. It's an old car, so I ordered a new one. It's $80. I'll flip it on, but yeah, it sucks. So I've hit two rocks now, two giant rocks.
So, are you one of those people that's annoying and talks about working out all the time now? Because I don't want to hear about working out all the time.
One second. Let me
Yes.
get it. Let me get an expert on this. Rebecca, could you come in here for a second? I'm gonna have
Do I get to ask her?
yeah, you're gonna ask her. I'd like you
Okay.
to 1 second. Could you put these on and stand in front of the come on in. That's Dawn, by the
Hi,
way.
beautiful. How are
Hi.
you?
Hi, good.
Rebecca, is Bert now one of those annoying people that talks about working out all the time?
Oh yeah.
See,
Yeah,
nobody likes that. Nobody likes that.
nobody likes that.
Yeah,
We tell him
boo.
all the time, bring back Fat Bert.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
You're making our lives miserable.
The Bert that can like run and grab donuts. That's the guy that I want to be married to. That's my
Right.
real husband.
That was part of your agreement when you got married.
yeah, it absolutely was. In fact, his coworkers made a website. If you Google bringbackfatbert.com,
It's a Facebook page.
there's a naked woman in a bathtub and it's filled with Cheetos instead of water.
right. Well,
Team
thank you.
Rebecca. Team Rebecca. I love that. She's perfect, Bert. What a doll.
She's not so bad, yeah.
Aw. How long have you guys been married?
23 years. And it'd be 24 in August. It's usually easier to remember when we're closer to the date because then, because we were married in 2000, so it's easy to remember.
There was an old couple that I used to do their hair, and they were just like so sweet and had been married forever. And the guy, they were like in their 80s, and the guy was very much like jokester, like told jokes all the time, and he would tell a joke and she had heard the joke like 5 million times, so she'd always roll her eyes. And he's like, "Yeah, we're getting ready to celebrate our, I don't know, 50th." And I said, "Oh my gosh." And he said, "It feels more like 5 minutes underwater." As he was saying, I was like, "Oh, 5." And then he said minutes. And I was like, "Huh?" And then he said underwater. And I was like, "That's really mean. You shouldn't have said that, sir."
But both Rebecca and I will say, yeah, we've been married 23 years and 4 of them were pretty good. But we both say that, so.
Yeah.
Well,
No, that's cute.
I've been married for 16 years to 4 different women.
Broken up and to different women. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm on round 2 as well, so can't judge.
Yeah.
Haven't killed him. I haven't ended up on Dateline, so that's
Yeah,
huge.
we have in this room we have 7 marriages.
But who's counting?
Right.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about the podcast name.
Okay,
Okay.
let's roll with it.
What do you think about changing it? What do you think about making it so it's something that's easier to search or or doesn't stand for anything else when you look it up on Google? For real.
What about the Thirsty Beaver podcast?
Oh,
Okay, no, that's out. That's out. Anything
Yeah.
Beaver.
Well, the thing
just
is it
don't
was
even-
going to be the Thirsty Beaver podcast, but Jim refused to come on the show.
Who?
Jim.
Just kidding. I was just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, Jim.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
probably sacrilegious. I'm probably going
Yeah.
to hell for the 10th time.
Yeah. We don't say Jim's name in vain anymore.
Right. We don't talk about Jim.
Poor guy.
I don't know what the name should be. Magic 8-Ball, maybe. But I just feel like it doesn't say anything about what your podcast is. Like, why would people? Because you're not calling it all the words. You're calling it the SSS podcast.
Triple S pod.
Right. Sorry. Triple S pod. Yeah. So I think you should rename it. Start fresh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Triple S podcast sounds like a boat.
Like,
Well-
what's your goal for the podcast? What do you want it to be about? What do you want?
It's exactly what we want right now.
Well,
Just chit chatting.
but the
Attitude.
problem is, yeah, well, the problem is that we started with sports, right? Because we're all in a fantasy football league, and it was going to be a sports-based podcast, and we tried to analyze sports, and it sounded terrible.
It sucked. It did. It was terrible.
The triple suck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was
So-
like the Triple Ass podcast because it was
Yeah.
terrible.
Well, there's a lot of podcasts out there where it's just people just shooting the shit, just chatting back and forth. So you have to figure out how yours stands out. Like, what do you guys want it to be known for? Why would people listen?
Maybe we should call it Donversations Uncensored.
Hold on, let me get my shirt off.
Well, I was telling my husband about, like, I can't get people to engage. I can't. And he's like, sex sells, Dawn. You're going to have to start wearing like low cut shirts. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Can
right
we get him? Can you get him
Yeah,
in the room?
yeah.
Can we get some?
We like that.
Yeah.
All right.
It shouldn't come to that. Especially, I'm talking about like herbs with people and stuff. I don't
Maybe
need
we
to
should.
sit there and have
Maybe we
like.
should start it there and then work the other way until we start losing listeners.
Well, I don't know. It's just an idea. I was just thinking of that. I think it was
I
because the
like
first
the way
time
your husband thinks. I like where his
Yeah.
head's at.
Yeah.
when I looked up your podcast the very first time, I think it was because something else ended up coming up on YouTube. It was like,
Oh, the Sham podcast. It's I've seen it because I looked this up too, and I was like, it was like the Story Sham podcast or something like that.
yeah, it was something else. And I was like, okay. And then I couldn't remember if it was sarcasm, sports, and stories, or if it was stories, sports, and sarcasm. And I kept like, I thought, so I just searched your name
So
instead.
the Sham Sharma show is what it's
Sham
called.
Sharma.
Yeah.
Fuck
So-
that Sham Sharma.
Damn it, Sham.
He's got more listeners than we do.
They're probably looking for your show, and they just settle on
They
that. When is
trip
that-
over.
when are Keith and Bert and Jim gonna show up? Oops. Yeah.
Yeah. See, he's got how many listeners does he have? Oh, he's very political though.
Yeah, most of those are our listeners.
Yeah, I won't ever go politics. If you guys start talking politics, I'll probably fall asleep or leave or
Yeah, he's got 234,000 subscribers. And it's like Indian Pakistan politics.
Oh. I mean,
wow.
if you're going to talk politics, what else would you talk about?
Really?
Yeah, I
Do you-
don't like talking politics.
Do you think they get, they bag on each other about being third world countries? Like, my third world country is better than your third world country.
Or worse.
We smell less like shit.
Third world problems.
Maybe we should change it to the First World Problems podcast.
I
like that.
Maybe.
We'll have
Write
to
it
come-
down. Write it down as a suggestion. Maybe you could ask your listeners for suggestions.
Our listener. So we could ask Jim's mom for what she wants us to call it.
We have one listener podcast.
Yeah. Carol, give us a call.
I still have to have you as a guest on mine, like to be fair.
Yes, we definitely want to join.
I keep changing the
Yeah, you were
the
like, "Yeah, I was
genre.
busy that day.
No. If you seriously, my dog is still alive. My dog. Okay, so
The
remember
one
you
you
were gonna.
tried to kill when you were going to be on the show in the
No,
spring.
no, you were gonna be on mine.
Oh, that's right. I was going to be on yours, and then you
She
attempted to murder your dog to get out
she
of it.
had a seizure, and
Oh.
I
so
don't even think the dog exists. I think that she
where is she?
tried to kill this dog.
She's
And
laying right
anytime
here.
I'm gonna be on her show, she's gonna be like, "Oh, there's a problem with the dog again."
I knew you'd say that. And the fact that she's still alive. But okay, this is, she's on Prozac and she also has sundowners. Have you guys heard of that? People with dementia that have sundowners? My
Yeah.
dog has it. So it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, all of her teeth. She's like, so I'm like giving her all kinds of people meds. I give her L-theanine, I give her melatonin, I'm not trying to kill her, but I'm just trying to help her to be calm because we have her on Prozac already. They have her on GABA something.
Gabapentin.
That's it.
Yeah, Keith knows that because all his exes are also on these same drugs.
Yeah, well, that's my situation over here. I am giving her so much medication that I need to work just to pay for all of her meds.
And then
It's true.
Heather's dog, Heyo.
Hey.
Oh,
Heather's dog. Every time that dog coughs a little loud, I'm like, that sounds bad. We got to take him in.
Yeah.
It's time to
Yeah.
put him down.
that's my husband.
Yeah.
Well, it's a bladder infection. You
He
should
sounds
probably
miserable.
go ahead. Doesn't he? Oh, I don't think he would like it if I tried to do the cleavage thing for my podcast. I think he's just saying that.
Let's find out.
He's out snow blowing right now, but I will
Ooh.
definitely make sure that he gets asked the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You may not be allowed to come back on here.
There you go. Bert can have cleavage. You can have
There you
cleavage.
go.
Keith.
All that ginger chest hair.
Speaking of gingers, give me one reason you hate gingers, Don.
I really shouldn't say.
Which means she has reasons she hates gingers. Was Ashley a ginger?
Ashley.
Oh, Wheel of Fortune? No. No. When we were discussing our marriages, I was married to a ginger.
Oh.
I was too. Actually, so all three of us have been.
I'm not. Rebecca's a blonde.
I thought she was redhead.
No, she's, as far as I know.
You've seen her in
Okay,
person, right?
Yeah,
Keith?
we're gonna
Once in a
cut
while.
this. We're gonna cut this part out because I just thought she was redhead.
Yeah.
I do have a giant ginger around here somewhere.
He
he's
is
so
giant, and he's got cartoon red hair.
I
Like,
love red hair. I love it. I really do. I was hoping that one of my kids would end up with red hair. But
lower.
oh, I love it.
Yeah,
Can
he's
you hear
14.
me? I love
No,
his
I
hair.
had my headphones on. Don loves your hair, by the way.
And I'm a hairstylist and a girl, so it matters. What'd he say?
I don't know. Its voice is so deep I couldn't hear it through the mic, through the headphones.
Well, and guys at that age, they all mumble anyway.
Yeah. So
How was your day?
he's a freshman in high school, and this year he
He looked
joined.
older.
Oh yeah, he's got a lot of facial hair. I actually shaved some of that off, but he joined choir, and he came home. He's one of the choir teachers had come out into his classroom and said, "Hey, do you want to join the choir? We need guys." So he comes home, he tells mom and me, and then he's like, "They want me to join choir." We're both like, "Hey, there are girls in choir. You should go." And turns out it's the men's choir. He was pissed. He's like, "Dad, it's a sausage fest." I'm like, "You can't say that. It's funny."
Oh,
can't
my
say it.
God. That's funny. Well, I love choirs. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good at it. He's enjoying it. Mom keeps threatening to take it away from him every time he says something snarky. And at 14, that's all he says is something
Right.
snarky.
Yeah. That's all they know how to say is snarky stuff. Oh, that's cute. Anyway, so we'll just put that on the agenda to change the name if you guys want to change the name.
Okay.
But I won't come up with a name. You guys can. I just think it should be a thought.
She's on the show for 10 minutes and she's wanting to change the name of the show. Didn't we call it something else when you were on the show with us?
Mm-mm.
Passive aggressive.
Oh, that's right. What's up with that? I'm aggressive. I'm not passive aggressive. If I think it, you'll know. I'm not gonna. I'm not sheepish.
You know, one of the great things about the organization I work for, I'm not going to mention them right here, but it's full of passive aggressive people. So just a modest amount of aggression, they crumble right under it. well, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to. How didn't you not know? It's common sense. You should not know that you know this. And then I just walk out and they're like, okay. Bunch of whiners.
You hurt my feelings.
That's probably why I'm successful in the organization. It's just because I just shoot straight instead of try to beat around the bush.
Yeah,
People ask me for direct answers, I give them.
Yeah, I like that. I appreciate that in people. Speaking of jobs, Keith, why did you think I didn't have a job?
I knew you were a hairdresser and I thought you had said that you had stopped doing that. So I didn't know
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't
I
know
did.
that you had become an angel on earth as and I wish I was making that up, but that is exactly how she described it to me. She said, I help old
Not
people in
say
their
that.
homes. I'm basically an angel on earth.
I go to see the elderly and I am their companion.
Oh.
And I cook for them and clean for them. And so that way they can stay in their homes.
That's awesome.
It is
Occasional
awesome.
drawbacks and surprises. I had a new person that I'd never been to their house before answered their door with no pants on. So that was
Did we
I
talk
should have
about
just left.
Did we talk about that
The camping trip.
the camping trip? So we had the Brokeback Mountain camping trip.
Yeah.
And that may have been one of our last episodes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I watched that. That was hilarious.
So my I had two issues that weekend. Is sleeping in a camper bed was absolutely nightmare on my back.
Right. I
Yeah.
remember that.
So my back was a mess, and I'm a very, very shy pooper. So I had to get up in the middle of the night, and I look like Walking Dead going across the parking lot to go to.
Did you poop in the woods?
No. There's
Oh.
like a shower house, or it's not a shower house, but there's like a place with a bathroom. So I went over there, and on the way back, it was like 5 a.m. and I'm walking back on the road, and I come around the corner, and there's a camper right there on the corner, and the guy that owns the camper, I see him standing at the door of his camper smoking a cigarette. Now, he never sees me. I just saw him because he wasn't expecting anybody to be out working, and he's got his bandana on that I have never seen him not wearing, and he's got his white wife beater, and he's hanging brain. He's got nothing from the belly button down on. He's got his socks on.
Yeah.
And he's standing there smoking at the door of the camper. And like if he saw me, he was pot committed at that point.
Like a candle in the wind.
So yeah, I don't remember if that was the last one we posted or not.
I thought no, it isn't. It was the second to last.
Okay.
Because the last one was it was a real dramatic title. Yeah, it was a real dramatic title.
Dramatic? That really doesn't track with what with us.
It was.
Suck in England?
Yes. Suck it, England. That's what it was. I was like, what the heck? What's
That
with the
one must have
hostility?
gotten taken down.
Well, I saw it.
Well, no, it must have gotten taken down off of Spotify.
Oh, that's funny. Making that could be the name of your podcast.
Suck it, England.
Suck it, England. Like, no, you can't use that. Yeah, that's the one it was because I was like, what the heck? Why are they hostile towards England? I've always wanted to go there.
So
I'll tell you what. Go
we
ahead.
did. Go ahead, Bert.
Well, I honestly, I want to go to England after watching Ted Lasso, but go ahead. I'm sorry, Keith. You.
I still haven't seen it.
Oh, it's a good show.
We
It
can't
really
get
is.
it. We don't even have Netflix. We have nothing.
You don't have Apple TV? You can get a 7-day trial and start watching it. It's fantastic.
That's what everybody has told me. But people tell me lots of things.
I've watched. My wife and I've watched through it twice. It's absolutely fantastic.
So,
It's
have you
about
done any traveling since the summer?
me?
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh.
you froze.
I did. Let me change cameras. This
In
camera's giving me
October,
fits.
we went to, where did we go in October? I can't remember. We went somewhere in October. Oh, we went to go see the leaves change in North Carolina. We went to
Oh.
Asheville. Yeah.
Nice.
Really pretty there. And I saw you were on a beach or something.
Oh yeah, Keith, you went on a cruise, right?
We did. We went for our anniversary. We went to Niagara Falls in September.
Viagra Falls.
Yes. And then we went on a cruise for Christmas. That was our Christmas. And we went to we started in Tampa and then we went to Roatan, Honduras. Now, I found out we were going to Honduras when we were in Honduras. So, so we got off the boat and I'm like, I'm so excited. I can't believe we're in Mexico. And Heather's like, we're not in Mexico, you idiot.
Oh
So
my
Oh.
gosh.
we had this there's this little town you go into and you meet your shore excursion people. And so we went and we did it was a catamaran. It was like 45 minutes and then they dropped anchor and you got off and you snorkeled in this over this reef. And the guy, like, he went down and he pulled a spiny starfish off the bottom of the ocean. We all got to hold it. And when we got back on the boat, it was like, once you're done swimming and snorkeling, you can have lunch and we'll give you some refreshments. And they said we've got rum and Coke, rum and punch, rum and water, or rum and rum. It's up to you what you have. And
Not
we
water.
we didn't drink all of the rum in Honduras, but it was definitely not for lack of trying.
Oh my.
We got back to the land. So they were giving us these red Solo cups and they were just packing them full of rum. And then they'd like flick a little bit of punch at it to give it some color. So we got back and we got off and you walk up this path and you go back into the town and then you go down to the pier where the boat is. So I went and bought a pair of sunglasses. Heather went and danced with some little band. And then we made our way back to the boat, and it was somewhere between sunglasses and the boat that we both completely blacked out.
Oh my God.
In
So-
Honduras.
In Honduras. So we're going through the pictures hangover style. And it's like, that's a great picture of us. Who the fuck took it? Because it wasn't us. And she goes, well, it might have been that guy. And because I had taken a picture with him. I don't remember going through security.
Oh.
So Heather said we should be responsible, go back to the room, lay down, get some rest. So that's what she did, and I soldiered on. So I at least had the presence of mind that I was just drinking water. I was because she could track what I was doing on the boat with my sail and sign card. So I was drinking water. I went and had pizza um with
Good.
people that I met and then had the pleasure of meeting again the next day. Um
They're like, what language does he speak? Where's he from?
oh no. Like they
Blah.
they called me out on the boat. They're like, "Pizza guy." And I'm like, "I don't know who you are." Um I won a cornhole tournament I have no recollection of participating in.
Wow. That says a
My
lot.
partner stopped me in the hallway, like in the hallway one day, asking if we were gonna play again today, and I said, "I have no fucking clue what you're talking about." They're like, we won the cornhole tournament yesterday." I'm like, "That is news to me."
Woo, 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 woo. Oh my God, that's funny. So what did you think of a cruise? I've been told by so many people that they would never do a cruise again. Just
I
because of the time constraints and stuff, they dump you off on a place and you just got like, okay, 45 minutes, go, and you,
I did one in Alaska back in 2001, and it I enjoyed it. Heather has done them. This was the first one that we did together. We're actually
Mhm.
going on another one in April.
Oh, so you
Um,
liked it enough.
well, we had already planned another one in April before we went on this one.
Mm.
But yes, I enjoyed it quite a bit. Because you roll in to port at 8:30 in the morning or 9 in the morning or whatever. You have breakfast and then you pull into the port and then you're there for 8 hours. So when we went to Cozumel, instead of doing a shore excursion, we rented a car and we drove around the island. We went to Mayan ruins. We went and had lunch at this just taco stand on the side of the road. And that perhaps is why I was sick for 10 days after I got back from Mexico. But
Wow. Was Honduras scary? I mean, like, did you feel no?
no, I went on a catamaran and I got blackout drunk, so I wasn't scared at all.
Well, what about you, Bert? Did you go anywhere?
Uh no. I've traveled for work. I've been back and forth to like Rhode Island and Kentucky, but no place fun, right? The accents in Rhode Island though are weird, and it's the women. They have these really deep accents, and you're like, "Hey, how you doing?" "Oh, I'm doing fine, honey." And you're like, "Oh, whoa,
That was a
whoa."
woman?
Yeah.
That was a woman just there?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It's a little odd because you hear those deep voices, and you're like, "Whoa, whoa."
I don't even know if I know their accent besides the fact that they sound like men,
Yeah,
scary men.
I'm telling you, if you ever go to Rhode Island, you. For the other thing about Rhode Island is, there's even on the freeways, they're like 35 miles an hour, and I think they're trying to compensate with how because of their state's so small, they want you to spend as much time as you can there, so they've lowered the speed limit, and it is terrible. It's a beautiful
Oh,
state, small but beautiful. I actually bought my car in Rhode Island, and drove it back to Ohio from there.
no. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny because, like, in the Midwest, it takes you an entire day to get through Iowa, but when you're on the East Coast, you can fly through
Mhm.
like 7 states in 2
Yep.
hours. It's
Yeah. Well,
nuts.
it's like, welcome to Rhode Island.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for
visiting.
visiting Rhode Island. Yeah.
Wow. What's their population? I don't even know. I don't know
I, I bet
anything
it's a
about
couple
it.
million. They're pretty populous dense. Let's see.
Wow.
Wyoming's got the smallest population. Yeah. Rhode Island is 1 just over 1 million. And then let's see.
Wyoming is 578,803.
Yeah, and it's like the 10th largest state. Yeah. So
I
yeah.
like the East Coast. I've been entering HGTV's contests. They always like give away a house and a car and money like every 4 months or something. And this one is in Florida, which I've never wanted to go to Florida. No offense, Florida.
Yeah.
I've just never wanted to go there. And yeah, it's like $2 million, but you can turn it down and just take like part of the money equivalent. But it's this huge beach house. I think it's like 4 bedrooms. It's right on the beach. You get a Mercedes and 100 grand, and you enter at HGTV and Food Network. Maybe they'll sponsor us since I said that.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure their core audience is the people that listen to this shit.
Well, they were trying to find us, but they found the Sham Shawarma podcast.
That's what I'm saying. You got to be searchable. You got to be searchable.
Mr. Shawarma is going to get our sponsorship. They're going to be sponsoring Indian and Pakistan politics.
Right.
HGTV is going to be sponsored by Sham.
Yeah.
HGTV. We've got shacks now.
Yeah. The Fat Bert podcast.
No longer Fat Bert. Skinny Bert.
He'll get back
I'm getting there.
He'll come back around.
That's the spirit. No, you got to think of something funny, something like catchy.
Well, you know, the Kelsey brothers stole the name I was going to choose. I was going to do the Kelsey brothers podcast, but they took it. Bastards.
No.
Mr. Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I'm so sick of that. Nathan is a huge Chiefs fan, and it's like all they talk about is their relationship.
Who's Nathan?
My husband.
Are you sure his name's Nathan? That doesn't sound right.
No, it's Joe. Why wouldn't it be right?
I don't know. That just doesn't sound right.
So how did you not pick that up with the context clues? Right? I'm starting to realize why you didn't understand what genuflect was.
Who did you think I was talking about?
I don't know. Nathan just doesn't sound right.
Should I tell him?
Is that what his name
mom
was
got
the
it
last?
Wrong?
Is that what his name was the last time you were married to him? Or
no, there was somebody different the first time. This is my second husband.
He's just thinking about hot dogs, is what it is. His Keith can't.
Yeah, well, it's funny.
Oscar Mayer.
When we went on our first date, I asked him, "What do you like to be called?" Because some people shorten the name and whatever. And he said, "I like to be called Nathan." And I was like, "Okay." So I called him Nathan. And then when I met his family and everything, everybody's calling him Nate. Everybody calls him Nate. And I said, "Why did you tell me to call you Nathan?" And he said, "Because you asked me what I like to be called. I like to be called Nathan, but nobody does." So I'm the only one that calls him Nathan. Well, besides my family, but yeah, so it's funny. But him and I we are opposites. Opposites.
He's a lot like Heather he's very quiet and doesn't like the attention. And what did she call me earlier?
Attention whore?
Yeah.
No, attention seeking weirdo is what she called me. She called me an attention seeking weirdo.
Okay. Well, is it wrong? Or?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No, she pretty much nailed it.
She did ask me if I like dudes.
She did.
What? Heather asked that?
Yeah, we were over at their house and we were putting our shoes on. And Heather said, "Oh, Bert, you like dudes?"
Oh, hey, dudes.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Bert was like, "What?"
No. Don't out me.
I can do that myself. Thank you very much.
Bert's like, "Why? Did you find my grinder?"
Where'd you hear that? Oh, that's funny. Those shoes are ugly. I don't like the hey dudes. I think they're ugly.
They're comfortable and they're easy to put on.
So are slippers and socks.
I bought a pair of them in like March or April because we were going to go, we were going to go to Churchill Downs the week after the Kentucky Derby dressed like we were going to the Kentucky Derby.
Fancy.
Very fancy. And I bought a pair of like the linen Hey Dude shoes as a joke. And they are awesome. So I now have 4 pairs of Hey Dudes, and it's pretty much the only shoes that I wear. I may have some. I'm not sure. If I have shoes down here, that's the kind of hat.
Well, yeah, they look like they're like slippers.
Yeah, they're very comfortable. They're super dressy. Like they're fancy.
Fancy Hey Dudes. Those don't
Fancy,
go together.
fancy like Applebee's on a date
There
night.
you go. There you go. Yes.
We're gonna get demonetized for that.
Applebee's will not be the sponsor, neither will Hey Dudes. They're already
No,
on the list.
well, so in season 1, I told a story of upper decking and Applebee's. I don't think they're ever going to sponsor.
I was
it.
on
Yeah.
that episode.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
Sorry,
No, that's
sorry
okay.
about that. No, so
I
other
was
thing-
part of that poop conversation.
Yes.
we had quite a few of those. So the other thing Heather asked me, so I was talking about going to the gym, right? Because that's what all I talk about right now. Was that I said, yeah, well, I go to Planet Fitness. It was the easiest gym to sign up for. But and I said, yeah, I love their massage bed. They have a big massage bed. You know, after I work out, I like to get. And she's like, oh, so you're black? And I'm like, no, pretty sure I'm a white guy. Oh no, you got the black card.
Oh,
Because there's a black card and there's a regular. I'm like,
I was
well,
gonna say.
maybe from the waist down, I guess. I don't know.
Nice try.
Yeah.
Nice try.
And then of course Rebecca has to. So you have Five Guys out in Omaha, Nebraska, overpriced burgers.
Yeah, terrible fries.
So
There's somebody else that won't be sponsoring.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're killing them now. Let's get them out now. We're done.
Yeah.
But Lancaster, Ohio is a very small town. I joke about Omaha, but Lancaster's like 50,000 people tops. And we got a Five Guys, right? And I worked in Columbus, and I'd eaten at plenty of the Five Guys restaurants. But we walk in, I've got the family with us. My youngest is 8 at the time. And she's like, welcome to Five Guys. Have you been here before? And I go, proudly, I go, oh, well, I've been in many of Five Guys. And they're like, Rebecca has not let that go. And
I've been in lots of guys.
Yeah. The other thing, so we were sitting there and eating, and Rebecca's like, well, do you like Five Guys? Like, we were eating their sandwiches. Do you like your sandwiches? And my youngest goes, he's 8 at the time, by the way. He goes, I bet you like Five Guys in your mouth. He had no idea what he was saying. Yeah, a little shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Out of the mouths of babes.
Oh, he has said a lot of awful things.
Yeah. Yes, Bert,
It's
if
all
he's
in his
ever had
baby book.
yes, Bert, if he's ever had Five Guys, he's like, yeah, but not at the same time.
The other day, little Mr. Man. So I was cleaning the kitchen. Boys came in, they saw me cleaning the kitchen, and they bolted back out. They were like,
Well, nothing to do with that.
So they see Dad cleaning the kitchen. You know, apparently it was a full moon that night or something. But I go, hey, you guys are chickens when you see me washing dishes. Why you being so chicken? And my youngest goes, well, if we're chickens, what's that make you? I said, a rooster. He goes, well, that's one name for it. He walks out. Little ass. Yeah,
He and I almost, Bert's son and I almost got in a fist fight at the 4th of July.
he can be obnoxious.
You almost got in a fight with a child?
Yeah.
About what?
Oh, he gets mouthy.
He gets mouthy, and I don't love mouthiness. So
Do his parents call him out on it and correct him?
Not if it's funny.
yeah, none of it's funny.
Oh, that's even worse. The parents that think their kids are really funny when they're little assholes. That's
no,
the
I know.
worst.
I know
This
what he's
is quite
about.
the difference from the Donversations podcast. Do you ever call kids assholes on your podcast, Don?
No, that's rated G. That's Donversations. This is different. I can be me here.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Should we blur your face?
Just when I say something that's not rated G, you guys have
We'll
to
just
blur.
blur your mouth out. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's like I am real for my show. I'm not fake for my show. But my husband even said the other day, my husband's name is
Nathan.
That still doesn't
name is
sound right.
Nathan. Okay, well, whoever the guy is that I lay in the same bed with, he said, you need to start like showing more of yourself on not clothing wise.
I
not
agree with him.
cleavage. No, but he said you need to start being more yourself. You're really funny and you're sarcastic. He's like, you don't get that from listening to conversations. You're just listening to the guests the whole time. You're asking them questions. And he said, you need to be more like yourself. I said, well, this is what's going to be great about being on this podcast. I can just come on and be
You can
me,
cut
and I don't have
loose.
to worry about editing, and I don't have to worry about anything. I can just talk. I'm good at that. Oh, what is happening?
What?
What's
What's
happening
wrong?
with what?
You guys are you guys texting each other or what?
No, I was just looking. I got a message on my watch, so I was just
Am
looking
I
at it.
interrupting something?
No, no. I was looking at the show sheet to see if there's anything that we wanted to bring up before.
Well, Don
Let's do that.
said, what is your word for 2024?
Oh,
I
okay.
did say that.
Who wants to go first?
I will. Mine is faith.
Faith. I
And
like
it's faith because I am kind of a control freak and I want things to happen my way immediately all the time. And so I just need to have faith that things are going to go the way that they're supposed to go and not try and control things. So my word is faith.
That is a very good word.
Yes, it
Yeah.
has nothing to do with genuflecting or going to church. It's just
That
being
is literally the first time I've heard that word. I read it.
faith.
No, yeah. No,
Oh, okay.
genuflecting. Bert typed it in and I had never seen or heard that word. And then you guys said it. So
But you know what it means, right?
after I looked it up on dictionary.com, I do.
Yeah, so you when you genuflect, you actually like get down on one knee like you're going to propose, and then you do the sign of the cross in church towards the cross,
Right.
and then you stand up and go into the pew.
And
And
my
then you do the
church
same when
doesn't
you leave.
have crosses. So I wouldn't do that there, right?
That's a cult, Keith. Did they make you sell vitamins and stuff too?
His church is a pyramid scheme.
That's right.
What are you selling this week for church, Keith?
Saint Ponzi of Christ.
Oh, yeah. So what is it? Is it just a I mean, I don't want to say just a Christian. That sounds really
No,
rude.
it's-
Is
Yeah,
it?
it's non-denominational Christian. And
Okay.
if you'd like a sweatshirt, we've got them for $34.99.
I have my own conversation
But
sweatshirt.
if you sell 3 of them, the first one's only $19.95. So there you go. It works out well for you.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Yeah. Well, I'm not practicing right now. I'm not really religious, but
Yeah, so the church that we go to it's great. We're doing this 21-day fast, and we have a what the
Sorry, my phone
hell?
was ringing. I gotta.
what is your ringer? It
I
sounded
got it.
like a Korean masseuse.
that tracks.
I have a Motorola phone.
I have a Motorola, sir.
It
Do you guys have these things to put on drinks? Am I getting that? Or it's got
What the fuck is going on in Omaha?
you like put it on a wine glass.
so it
Or
can rub its little
beer.
wiener all along the place where you put your mouth. No, I
got
don't.
these from my daughter-in-law. They all have guys' names.
That's Josh.
Josh.
Okay.
That's Josh.
Okay,
Yeah.
we can read it on the camera. You have to put it across the room. You have to have Nathan come in and hold it up across the room from you.
Yeah. Yeah, I just saw that downstairs when I went to go get my LaCroix. Maybe LaCroix will sponsor
LaCroix.
us.
There we go. Gotta love LaCroix.
I don't. But the
Yeah.
tangerine one's not terrible.
If you
That's
want,
a ringing endorsement from Donversations.
It's so not terrible.
are you looking for something that might be refreshing? Perhaps a hint of tangerine, LaCroix.
Yeah,
And not terrible. It's
yeah.
not terrible.
And not terrible.
What was the way I described Truly's? It was you're drinking, it's like drinking TV static while someone yells the name of a fruit from another room.
Where did you come up with that?
Papaya!
I don't know if I've had I think I have had Truly. Some of them are those the ones that like they make lemonade and different.
Yes, but the original seltzers were awful.
Oh yeah. I think I made a TikTok about that actually.
I know you made a TikTok about Corona. What was the Corona had a seltzer or something.
Oh,
They do.
And you said it tastes like cat piss, and you would take a drink of it and go,
Corona will not be our sponsor. Okay, so my very last drink that I had before I decided to go sober, and this has nothing to do with why I went sober, because it was the most delicious drink I've ever had in my career of drinking, which is very lengthy. It was a smoked pecan whiskey.
Ooh.
And on the bottom of the glass, oh God, I gotta remember. It was like something like mulled cherries and mint, maybe. I don't know. I'll look it up. But then and then sugar, pure sugar sprinkled, and then you add the smoked pecan whiskey. It's a cheap whiskey that you can get pretty much anywhere. And it was the most delicious drink I've ever had. And that was my grand finale. And then I just decided, you know what? I'm done. I'm done drinking. I just don't want to do it anymore.
yeah, I gave up drinking last year several times. But I typically picked it up the next day.
You're committed for the evening.
Well, first of all, let me introduce
The
myself.
White
My name
Claw,
is
that's
Bert
what I made
Wall.
fun
You
of.
might know me
Is it
from
not coming through?
Facebook as Bert Wall or
Aw.
from Twitter as Vladimir Poopin.
Well, it's not going to work.
But-
I was fat. Look at that. Look at my
Wait,
face.
It's working?
I wanted to get
You can
out
hear
here
it?
and say
Yeah.
thank you to
Oh.
my booze fairy who brought me not one, but two.
Yeah, so this is my
Two.
yeah. My neighbor's got
Six
me
packs
White
of
Claw,
Leinenkugel, which is
and
one of my favorite
Leinenkugel.
beers. I know my booze
It's
fairy
like in
must know
both
me very
ears.
well. But they also left me a can of White Claw pineapple.
How long is this?
So
Oh, 3 minutes. I
I've
shouldn't
never
have played
actually
this
had
one.
this before. So I thought, hey, I'm into trying new things. I figured I'd give it a try here
I also
live
have a video where I
on
turned into a
Facebook.
cat.
Let's see here. It says it's 70 calories, zero sugar, 3.7%. Let's see, zero carbohydrates. It's gluten free. Okay, well, all right. Let's give this thing a pour and see what it looks like, right? Oh, what is that smell? It's got a weird sound to it too. Oh, sounds like cats. Oh, oh. All right. Well, let's give it a pour and see what it looks like when it's poured. Right. All right. Here we go. Ooh, it's got a terrible odor. Oh.
Do you usually pour
Okay.
seltzers in a
There's no head
glass?
on it.
I don't know. Look at
Doesn't
that.
look too bad.
Looks like
Let's give it a taste.
water.
Oh. Oh, what is this? Oh. This. Oh. 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 Oh, what did I?
This was during COVID. I had nothing else to do.
And there's still
like-
a minute left.
Sorry, I can
maybe
stop
I got
it.
a bad first drink. Let me try it again.
I'm wondering what else you're gonna say.
Oh, it tastes like cat piss. Oh, it's wretched. The hell is that? Oh, wait. It is cat piss. They even put a picture of the cat. Apparently, it's not pineapple flavored. That was the name of the cat. His name was Pineapple. He was a rescue and recently died of kidney failure. Guess that's why it's got that earthy flavor too. Oh, like I guess I've got 2 6-packs of Leinenkugel to go back on, but oh, this is.
Did you just report your
awful.
own video?
No. I'm gonna stop sharing.
All right, well, I'll enjoy the Leinenkugel.
All right, so that was one of my first. Actually, that was a Facebook video that I ported over to TikTok. The old turd lobster.
The turd lobster.
Yeah,
Snip,
how
snip.
did you come up with that name?
It was what my coworkers called me.
So they're the clever ones. Maybe they should come up with a title for your podcast.
Keith and the turd lobster.
I don't think that would be any easier to find.
I'm sure it's not taken though.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's available.
Yeah.
So
It's been a
what's
while
your
since-
word for 2024, Bert?
So and I'll have to explain it, right? So it's osmosis. And that's because for years my word was gravity. So oftentimes a member of my home, my family, one of the three there, will say, "What's wrong with you?" And they refer to me, and I always say gravity because it's always keeping me down. Well, for 2024, I wanted to change things up. And so I've chosen osmosis. I don't have a real reason for osmosis other than it's not gravity, but that is my word for 2024 is osmosis. How did that happen? I don't know. Osmosis, maybe?
Hopefully nobody else will ask you what your word is for the year. Just me.
That's your fault.
I know. Not
Brought this-
everybody comes up with one, but I always I think it's a good idea. All right, Keith, what's yours?
Genuflect.
I don't know what it means, but that's my word.
No, it's I think it's driven because we've got goals for this year, and
Yeah.
part of those goals are business goals, part of those goals are also faith goals. It's
And
it-
hopefully your daughter's goals so that she can drive, get her
well,
license.
she's got her license
Oh,
now.
she did get it.
She
Okay.
did get it. She got it on the second run through. I spent $240 on cones to teach her how to do the maneuverability. And then the first act after she got her license is I made her take the cones back.
I was gonna say, can you return cones?
It turns
240.
out you can.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's good. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Okay, so you're driven for your business and
Yeah, for faith, we're working on this, trying to set aside time for for like Bible study and stuff like that in the mornings, and it's tough for me to get into a routine of it. Once I develop something into a routine, I can stick with it, but it's hard to develop that routine. Um, and so uh and Heather will tell you that it's like when I build up a routine on something, it becomes my everyday thing. So I get up every morning and I make her coffee. So I make the coffee in the morning, I get it going. Um Monday through Friday, even on the weekends. Well, I found out 3 years into our relationship last week that
she
she
doesn't like
doesn't like when
coffee.
she doesn't like when I make coffee on days that she can sleep in because she can smell it and it wakes her up. And she told me that on Saturday this week.
Oh, wow.
She's like, I really wish you wouldn't make coffee on the days that I can sleep in
Surprise,
because it's like
surprise.
an alarm clock. And I'm like, I've been doing this every single morning for 3 years, and you've never thought to run that by me.
This is like Honduras all over again. Well, that's sweet that you did that though. That's nice.
Uh,
So you're trying to make these things into habits.
right, trying to build habits, and one, I mean, another habit that I had for a long time that I found out I was doing wrong. I made her, I make her breakfast in the mornings. So I was making her, she likes oatmeal in the mornings. She likes it with milk in it. So I was making her breakfast oatmeal. Now I do not eat oatmeal. That is not one of the foods that I eat. So every morning for 8 months, I made her oatmeal, and then I found out I was making it wrong.
Wow. She should
Because
be
probably-
happy that you're making
because
coffee.
I put the milk in it and then I put it in the microwave. Well, apparently it doesn't have enough time to soak up the milk, so it's still crunchy. And because I don't eat oatmeal, I don't know that. And she told me 8 months into it that I maybe should start putting it in for a little longer.
Please read the directions before
Yeah.
you make me breakfast. Well, that's sweet that you do that though.
Yeah, she does like most of the things here. Like I do, I'm the assistant manager of our house.
Assistant to the manager of the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah. And the only reason that I'm the assistant manager is because I'm sleeping with the manager.
Mm.
So
You slept your way to the
Yeah.
top.
right. So she does all of the things. Like she pays all the bills. My phone every month alerts me that I've hit a new record on paying my car payment months
And
in a row. Now I will tell you that this month was the 4th month that I've got it, and it's the 6th month we've made payments on it. It's like, hey, new record. You've made 5 payments in a row on time.
Wow. Well, maybe your car company, your loan company could sponsor us.
there you go.
Yeah, Honda
They
Financial.
seem proud of you.
Yeah, they're
Proud to know you.
Yeah, they're very excited about me. Heather, on the other hand, is not excited about knowing them.
Well,
Oh, good.
I don't want to learn anything about NASCAR throughout this
Well, you're gonna have to
process.
work on
So-
it. I mean, you're gonna pick picks anyway. I mean, you don't have to. Jim didn't know anything, and he still beat the shit out of me every week.
Jim's no longer on the show. Maybe he didn't want to be part of the NASCAR world.
It
Well.
says it is certain. Jim says it is certain.
Thank you, Jim.
Well, you've got until February to get in line,
Hmm.
or unfriend me.
You have been blocked.
I just pick Tiger Woods every week. That's how I.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is my pick.
He's
I'll
got
just-
long reach. I think that'll work because, like, if they're getting close to the finish line, he can just reach his hand out the window.
Yeah, if I can guess fake people or any people that I want to, and it doesn't have to be an actual driver or have anything to do with NASCAR, that's what I'll do. That's fair.
It is decidedly so. as Jim would
Okay.
say.
People.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Jim. And if we ever don't have Jim around, we can always ask my dog. Ask
That's
ask
right.
Don's dog is always going to be an option.
Maybe that should be the name of the podcast. Ask Don's dog.
I would listen to that podcast. I
You
think that
listen to
sounds-
this podcast when you can
Yeah.
find it.
If you're not listening to Pakistani politics,
I'm telling you, the searchability of it is not user friendly, but I'm also not techie, so maybe other people. I mean, you've got listeners. You've got more than I do.
Listener or
You
two.
have more than your numbers. What is it on YouTube? You've got numbers.
let's see. We have 111 subscribers on YouTube.
There you go. I only have 87.
And
and I've been doing-
Conversations is very easy to find.
It is.
So
And
111 people would rather dig through Pakistani politics to listen to us than just type out Conversations and listen to you.
It's
That's
because we
right.
played hard to get. If you play hard to get, then they all want you.
Be
All
very
111.
cryptic with the name, something. I start using symbols. I'm like Prince.
109 of them aren't Keith, Jim, or myself.
Yeah. How did you acquire your listeners?
I think
Are
they're all
they-
Jim's family.
And
He's got a
only
big
Bert
family.
subscribers.
Only Bert subscribers, yes. There's a lot of shorts videos in those. Yep.
Well, you have a lot on TikTok, Bert.
Yeah, but I haven't really put anything on there in a while. The last thing I put was like a guy wrapping a rat and deep frying it. I was like, Burger King's got a snack wrap? All right. That's
Gross.
it. It was gross.
That's really gross. So what are you
but-
going to do for your birthday, Keith?
I don't know. Last year for my birthday, we went to karaoke and that turned out poorly.
I mean, I
Is
had
that when you
fun.
guys had to get a ride?
No, Bert was the ride.
I was the designated driver. I wasn't drinking that night.
Oh, okay.
No, the night we had to get a ride from Bert's wife was Brokeback Mountain camping.
Okay. So I did hear about that.
Brokeback camping, yes.
Call that
Yeah.
the podcast.
Brokeback camping.
You'd get a lot of interested people. I don't know if they'd stick around, especially after they saw me. This isn't it.
This isn't.
This isn't it. Okay, go ahead. Birthday.
Well, so last year was karaoke and Blue Moon and Chicken Wings coming off of dry January, and I ended up puking so much that I had to replace the trim in the bathroom. So hoping not to repeat that this year.
That was the night that we had Jordan was with us, who was a guest on the show one time, never came back.
Only one time.
And yeah, he took home a rather large young lady, and they had a good time.
She was a portly gal.
Sturdy, Keith. Be nice.
Sturdy.
Oh, and then they got married, right? It all ended on a.
No, I think he changed his name again and immigrated. So
yeah, he's from Puerto Rico. I think he just went back. He's like, nope.
Oh my God. That's funny. What's the song, your go-to song for karaoke?
What's yours, Bert? Because Bert and I share a couple.
Yeah. So I'm a big Bowling for Soup fan. So 1985 by Bowling for Soup, I sing that a lot. And then Girl All the Bad Guys Want. And then
how's that 1985? How's that go?
Let's see.
Debbie just hit the wall.
She never had it all. One Prozac a day. Husband's a CPA.
Got it. Okay.
And then
sounded just like them.
He really does, actually. When he sings it, it's outstanding.
But Keith and I sing Don't Stop Believing by Journey, but we change some of the words. We make it ours.
Oh, because you're artists.
Yeah, yes, if I had $1 million, what we lack in skill, we make up for with enthusiasm and showmanship. So
that's right. We are not singers, we are entertainers. That is the difference.
I would rather watch somebody that wasn't trying to act like they were, on American Idol.
Right. Oh, no.
Yeah. No, it's more fun to watch people that really get into it.
So
no, we act more like America's Most Wanted.
Yeah. So I don't know if we all know this, but I'm the church sound guy, right? At my church. Sometimes I get pressed into sing because we'll have less. By the way, Keith has more people that volunteer at his church than I have at my church.
But to be fair, the audio video equipment in our church is more than his church building costs.
But so last Sunday I got pressed into singing, and I have one vocal range, which is Bowling for Soup. It is, Jesus just hit the wall. He never had it, But yeah, so I did that, and I look over at our praise team leader. I'm like, listen, I'm an entertainer, not a singer. Sorry, praise Jesus,
Genuflect.
Yeah, so that's what I did. We actually did a karaoke month because our praise team leader took a break for a month, and yeah, that was rough. I had little girls come up from the audience and they sang with us. It was kind of fun there, but yeah, it wasn't the normal. We have a pretty tight band, so.
Yeah, I tried out for the worship team at my church, and the worship pastor said it wasn't my calling.
Jesus said no. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just talked to the Lord. He said no.
Yeah, he's going to pass.
While we appreciate your joyful noise to the Lord, it's not quite what we're looking for.
Right.
Jesus said, shh.
Drink a little more of this communal wine. Loosen up a little bit.
So I tend to gravitate, since I'm not a great singer, I tend to gravitate towards things that make people laugh.
Yes.
So I've got lots of songs about boobs. One that is affectionately known as "Motherfucker, I'm Awesome."
Yeah.
It's a song you wrote?
No. It's written by somebody else.
That's a real song?
Oh yeah, it's a real song. Yeah. I'll send you the link.
It's I'm Awesome by the Spose.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my range.
Well,
I do Dirk Bentley, Drunk on a Plane.
mm-mm, don't know it.
You're from Omaha.
Yeah.
That means nothing. That has nothing to do with anything.
Well,
I
since
just
you're
don't
from
know that song.
since you're from Omaha, aren't you our country music listener expert?
Absolutely not.
Thank you for listening. We have some exciting things coming up. First of which is season 2. We're going to move our episode drop days to Friday, starting now. Next week, we're going to have some more news for you to look forward to. As always, look us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Spotify, and YouTube, and probably other places I'm not thinking about. For my friends Bert, Don, and 8 Ball Jim, see you next week.